Alright guys, we're almost ready. I'm just getting my camera set up. And we'll be ready to get started here in a second. I apologize for not being more prepared this time. But it's been pretty busy lately. So please forgive me for my tardiness and my ill-preparedness. And now my cluelessness on why can't, there it is, properties. Okay, there we go. There's me. And there's me. Alright, we gotta remove some of that filter there. Crop. False. Alright, that's better. Almost. Oh, we are right side up. Okay, cool. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another Coding Things IRL stream. Let me get that music turned down. Today is a new day. Today we are doing something similar, but we're going to try to do it a lot quicker. We're going to try to get this brite game published as soon as we can. And there's not a lot left to do. Just a couple of things, and I'm even willing to just publish it even with the bugs at this point. Because I know you guys want to get to playing this game. And I want you to play it. It's fun. So if I haven't already said it, welcome to the stream. The channel is called Coding Things IRL. It's where we code things in real life, and mostly it's just been games and a couple of websites. And just recently got a big contract, so maybe more web content in the future, but I'm waiting on some specifics. And there's always the chance that it might fall through still. So disappointment is real, and yeah, I just want to share the exciting news with you guys, and if anything falls through, I'll go ahead and share with you too, because the IRL part of this is mostly my L, and I guess your L too. We'll find ways of integrating your L into my L. But right now we're here together, and we're gonna work on coding this brite game. So leave a like if you haven't already on the stream. We're back on Twitch. Go over to Twitch and follow us on Twitch. There are some weird fake followers over there. So if they start bothering us in the chat, I may turn it on emojis only mode or something like that. because I don't think they allow for bad emojis. So it'd just probably be a bunch of poops or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I know I can't have that stinking up my stream. It's gonna bother me. It's gonna distract me, and I can't have that right now. All right, we got too much to do. What's up, Mushroom? You hear double voices? You might have your audio. You might have both audios on Twitch and YouTube. You could probably just mute one if you're watching both, but you know, you feel free to stick to one or the other. It's cool. It's cool, man. Probably YouTube would be the better bet. If I had a preference right now, it would be go to YouTube. Go to YouTube and watch the stream, because YouTube seems to do a little bit better for me. So you have all things turned off except Twitch. And you're hearing two voices on Twitch? Let me check that out. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, that's Twitter. Hold on. Oh man, that's up to date. Oh man, that's up to date. I only hear it once, brother. I only hear it once, brother. I only hear it once, brother. Well, I hear it. I heard it twice there. Oh, it's okay now? All right, cool. All right, cool. No worries, my brother. I want to make sure everybody gets the experience or whatever. No worries, brother. All right, so here, as you can see, or maybe you can't see, I attempted to make a pizza and I forgot to change the color. So I figured I'd just make it this emblem, but then I think I got it skewed a little bit. So it doesn't, it doesn't look right. Plus, I think when you're making triangles like this, it's gonna be turned on. Yeah, I figured, brother. It's all good. If it's gonna be, you have to make the portions correctly. So it's not, the right way to make a shape like this. We should create a line tool at some point, but it's not in my list of priorities right now. These list of shapes we have right now are pretty cool. What I would like to do, I think, is make the board in general, I think I want to make it smaller. And that would definitely make it to where, there's not so much rendering issues or potential for such. So let's go into... Oh, it's been a while. Hold on. I gotta get myself reacquainted with the code. I think it's geometries. Let's check. Here we have num rows and num columns, but I don't know about you, but that looks like a lot more than 100. I guess it could be 104 across the top. Definitely it's proportional. What happens if we just change it? Let's cut it in half without changing any of the other proportions, which should be, they should scale, but we'll get to that right now. So let's go 52 and 31, and we'll just see what kind of board that gives us. Looks like the same board to me. What do you think? Oh no, look, it's it's only that. See that? Okay. So I think that's going to be kind of the board size that I want to go with. I know it's like a little smaller, but I mean, we can always make the shape smaller too. But now we gotta go and we gotta make the everything else proportionally smaller. So we cut it in half. I think we have to cut everything in half. So, I mean, I'm very lazy, so I mean, we don't have to cut that in half because the coefficient and the rows are cut in half, so we're good there. All right, what is this? Okay, this is the flat rectangle that we're dealing with. Yeah, so I'm not sure which argument represents which thing, but also this is going to need to be cut in half. So come on, little buddy. Oh, I don't have Copilot enabled. Dang, I forgot to pay them. Alright, well, we got to do stuff the old-fashioned way then. I forgot to pay my Copilot bill. Ooh. I hope they didn't cancel me forever. That would be terrible. Alright, so now I have to look this up. Oh, look, that's useful. Okay, so we have the width. That's got to be cut in half. The height, that's got to be cut in half. And then the width segments. And then the height segments. Okay, whatever. I don't think that needs to be cut in half. Maybe. Doesn't seem like it, but first two arguments definitely got to be cut in half. So hopefully we can take some floating point numbers in here. And then the cylinder geometry, we're cutting the peg radius in half, so I don't think we need to change that. Let me take a look at it though. So what's that third argument? Radius top, radius bottom, and height. Yeah, I'm not worried about height. No. I think it's going to be fine. I think they're going to appear to be the same. Maybe a little bit taller. Poking out a little bit more. Whichever. And it rotates it. That won't change either. So, yeah, let's see what we get. Okay. Obviously, you know, looking silly with the 3D object, but we'll have to scale that next. But otherwise, still actually needs to be smaller somehow. Or just the other part of it needs to be bigger. I think that's what we're dealing with, really. I'm not sure. I think because I changed the peg radius, since I cut the peg radius in half, that's probably what we're dealing with. So I think we actually don't want to do that. We want the same size pegs. So let's put that back. And since the pegs are the same size, these actually will also stay the same size. We're only just reducing the number of pegs that we have. We're not changing the size of them. Yeah, see, there we go. That's much better. And I think that's a better sized board, too. There's a little bit of a weirdness area there, but, yeah, there we go. And then we can just fill it up, and there's not so much of a render issue there. See? I mean, this is kind of a weak laptop, but still, you know, we can fill it up with whatever, and it will work correctly. Pretty sweet. Alright, so obviously that 3D object's going to have to change because it looks a little, you know, I'm not going to say what it looks like, but doesn't look good. And yeah, we're working a little slow here too. I have to take another look at that cleanup. But this will cut down on it at least. And a quick job reducing the size of this thing. And I looked at regular light brites. They're about this size anyway. I think we can go 2 more on the columns, right? Or I'm sorry, on the rows maybe. Go 33 on that. Will that fill that in perfectly? Hope so. No. Let's go 32 then. It's interesting. Alright, just make a big circle. That hover is what really slows down the rendering. But there you see, that fits a lot better. I like that. Okay, sweet. Alright, yes. Yeah, piece de resistance, the 3D object. Let's go and find where that is. So we have casing.js. That is here. And somewhere that's the pegboard, and that is the the casing. And you see right here we set scalar to 2, and in theory I think that if we just comment that out, we would have casing that's half the size. Let's see how that works. Hopefully that's just as simple as it is. Alright, yeah, more or less. Oh my god. Oh, okay, yeah. No problem. Yeah, okay, I see what's going on there. Whew. That freaked me out, honestly. That really freaked me out. Alright, no, but no, okay, excuse me, let me get my bearings here. Whew. Okay. Alright, so the pegboard needs to be pushed back a little bit. So let's see how we can accomplish that. The geometry is defined elsewhere for this, and I'm thinking that's what it's going to be. But we have rotation, that's fine. We don't have to worry about rotation. Nowhere on here do we have the position being set, because I think it's set on the geometry, which is, you know, not ideal, but whatever. And look at that, we have 2 more rotations on here, so it's super not ideal, but we'll just leave it for now. And yeah, if you want explanation, it's not ideal just because, you know, I may not. I know that it's there. Somebody else looking at this code might not necessarily know that that's there. So yeah, not ideal. Oh, cheers. And cheers. All right, let's fix this. Let's fix this. All right, so the geometry here, I guess it's one of these, because I don't see where it's being. Maybe it's that the casing is being displaced away from it. Let's see if that's it. That's it. See that casing displacement? We can assume that that's -2, possibly. I don't know. I'll just go with half of that. Is that wise? Is that wise? We'll see. So half of that is 1.7, negative 1.7. All right, let's see if that's it. Yeah, why change something when it doesn't need to be changed? Hey, good guess. Lucky guess. All right, there we go. We have our pared down lite brite board. And the only thing I'd say is that the texture resolution of the little dots also needs to be changed. So let's do that now. So we have the texture is defined, normal map texture is defined up higher, I think, as a constant. Yeah. So we have repeat wrapping, and then we have this figure right here, 16 by 26, and this represents the resolution for the texture, the dots that we have. So again, just like everything else, we need to cut it in half. And let's see if that does what we wanted to do. Make the circles bigger, basically. Yeah, it does. It's not the best looking, too. It kind of looks a little goofy. And I'll have to adjust that, but at least it looks like the peg is on the hole. You know what I mean? And I think it's perfect for launch. We can enjoy a nice launch together. Alright. If you haven't already, make sure you like the stream. Make sure you subscribe. And this particular revising of the board and the layout rendering is complete and ready for commit. Let me do it. Okay, let me make sure there's no garbage on here. I would like to see these used constants here and be, you know, stored somewhere. But again, I'm pressed for time. I really am. So I don't think I'm going to be worrying about the minutia right now, whereas I normally would on my normal streams. We just got to jump right into it and get it done, because I need to get this in y'all's hands. Okay, so we left a comment there. I am going to get rid of that, though. Hold on. 4 likes. Oranges. I don't think I met you before, Oranges, unless you're also somebody else. Also, I'm late. Are you Lincoln? Are you Lincoln? It's not a big deal if you're late, brother. I appreciate you coming nonetheless. You know what they say, better late than never. We're also back on Twitch, despite the scum that we encountered last time. Hopefully they don't show back up. They're still my followers. I tried to email Twitch support, but we'll see what happens. I have ways of dealing with them. I have weapons in my arsenal at this point. So, we'll cross that bridge if we get to it. Cross the bridge with the trolls underneath when we get to it. Oh, what's up, Oranges? I'm sure you are a very lovely person. It's nice to meet you. And I didn't mean to confuse you with somebody else. I just don't remember you. Oh, I think I remember you now. Yeah, you had a different account though, didn't you, brother? Pretty sure you did. Pretty sure I know you very well, actually. Did you have a different account, Oranges? Yeah. Did you have a different account, Oranges? Because I don't remember you. Okay. Well, welcome nonetheless. It's good to have you. We're gonna have a good time today, huh? We're gonna have a good time. So, oh, you met my account 2 days ago? Right on. Well, welcome. And we're gonna continue. If you didn't see already, we just made this board smaller as like a cheap way to deal with some of the rendering issues. And it works, you know. This is not a very good GPU that I have in this laptop. I'm on the laptop again, by the way. And yeah, man, that's what's up. And yeah, so this is just a cheap way of dealing with that because I'm pressed for time. And again, I want to get this in y'all's hands so that you can play it. All right, what else? Is it time to do Control-Z undo deletes? Do you think that we can manage that? I would really like for that to happen. Wouldn't you? If I press Control-Z just then, I would absolutely expect it to put all the pegs that I just erased back. That's what happens with every other program. I think I might ChatGPT this. So, since all of this is on this one file, it's, you know, not too big. I think ChatGPT can stomach it. Let's just see what it does. Let's see what it does, right? I mean, I mentioned on the last stream that I wanted to be less shy about using ChatGPT because it's a great tool for developers But sometimes there's a little bit of a stigma behind it because it's like cheating. But if you saw in the last stream when I actually tried to use it, it didn't go well. So, you know, sometimes it doesn't work the best, and it does require some skill to operate, regardless of what some might think, and some might actually tell you. So, really fun listening to the coding stuff. I'm glad you like the coding stuff. Yeah, it's shocking to me because I thought people liked the talking stuff, but it's apparently people like the coding stuff, which is cool to me. I really like the coding stuff too. Anyway, let's go with so right now, undo does not re-add deleted pegs, but redo does. Can you refactor undo to add pegs as well? There we go. Let's see what happens there. Is it already spitting out an answer? Oh, Jesus. Alright, well, I'll actually read it. Normally I don't read ChatGPT because it's just like, I just see if it works first, but I'll actually read it this time on stream. To refactor the undo function so that it re-adds deleted pegs, you need to adjust how the state and history are managed. Specifically, ensure that the previous state's pegs are correctly restored during undo operations. Okay, that's obvious. That's not really saying anything. Here's the modified version of your code. And I forget what it even looked like. So it uses a spread operator. And then within there, it uses a spread operator on the actual state pegs. Interesting. Okay. And then the redo. It's giving me all of that. So, and then list key changes. The undo function now properly saves the current state, including the pegs, to the undo history before reverting to the properly. Okay, it's proper now. Everybody, it's proper. It has a little monocle and a mustache, so it's proper. The redo function saves the current state in the state history before restore. Again, it's not saying anything. Why does it spit out all this fake information? It's not saying anything. And also, does this code even work? Let's see. Let's see. So I will copy that. I will go over here. And then what? Let's see. So we're undo, redo, and then this. So I'll just replace all that. Boop. Okay. Let's see how ChatGPT did with this refactor. So I should be able to erase and then undo. Nope. Okay, it looked like it for a second, didn't it? Didn't it look like it for a second? Alright. Yeah, okay. That didn't work. And I think that this was the exact same thing that I tried last time. So I think it probably, to be fair, needs more context of what's on the other side. I'll try to give it to I'll try to give it what's on the other side. So it doesn't work. Here is more functions for reference. Oh. Okay, I think it's got it now. I think when I give it the context, I think it's actually got it. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, ChatGPT is good if you're stuck, and I'm not necessarily stuck. I just think that I think it can help me out here. Man, it's changing a lot more now. Okay. Well, we'll try it. We'll give it the old college try. even though I'm not in college. Okay? So back over VSC, those same ones, we're still, no we're not. Okay, so these ones here from build state history on up to right there. Looking good, save. And over here, handle main, and that's it, handle main on render.js. So handle main, wait, is it actually on main.js? Oh, sweet. Weird, it's weird how it broke that up. Hold on, let me look at this. Really pared that down, didn't it? That's sketchy. Okay. Then, okay. Handle it and handle remove over there on render. So there we go. I like how it's giving them to me in a way where it's easy for me to just paste them over the existing functions. That's pretty nice, actually. So props. And then the animate function. Where is the animate function? Oh, there it is. Okay, perfect. There we go. Am I still in frame? I feel like I just got taller. Okay, yeah, I'm still in frame. Alright, so that is the function that we're working with, the async function, and yeah, the async animate function. There it is. Paste there. Let's see what happens. So I should be able to delete some of these, and then Control Z. Nope. I'll give it one more chance. I will give it one more chance, and then I'm basically just gonna move on. All right. Oh, it wants to refine my rotate function. Again, willing to give it a shot. All right, so rotate. I mentioned before on previous streams that I am not a trigonometry or even a math guy at all. Just like building stuff. It would be helpful right now if I was. Good argument for actual knowledge rather than just relying on ChatGPT for everything. Oh well, sometimes I'm able to get this stuff done. I mean, I do have a pretty sweet lite game right now. It's just be cool if you could undo deletes. And I do believe that I'll get it eventually. So right now I'm just chilling. Alright, so back into our shape class, which, I mean, geez, we really strayed away from the best practices in favor of rushing and franticness. Alright, let's see what else it has to say. Anything? Let's see, does it actually? Yeah, it's still doing that thing where it says, this method is the correct method, or this is the proper method. It didn't used to do that before. It used to actually explain why it's the proper method. Yeah. I think it's tried to learn me and things that I like. There's sometimes that I don't like it to explain things. I think it likes to, yeah, it thinks I like to paraphrase or something, but I don't know. Nope. No, it still don't work. You tried, ChatGPT. You really tried. But yeah, it didn't work. Sorry. I'm sorry. Better luck next time, ChatGPT. But I mean, to be fair, I know that there's a better way for me to feed that information into it. Like, if I had everything all in one file, I'm sure that it would be a lot easier, and maybe I could even like spend some more time. But at this point, I think I'm gonna get it on my own, not with the help of. And I think there were clues in there as well. So, and then the biggest clue I think is that we're able to accomplish it with redo, right? So we have the ability to control Z and then control Y. There it is right there, right? We just have to figure out what we're doing on control Z versus what we're doing on deletes, and then also at the other end what we're doing on redos versus what we're doing on undos. So let's look at that now. So let's take a look. We'll start with redo because I think that's the key at this point. Redo is where it looks like kind of like what we want to happen is happening. You know what I mean? There are pegs that are being added in. So let's look at redo. I had an idea that we could use this function just all together, but I think a better idea would actually be just to create a function that is going to handle this. So what do I mean by that? So we have build from state history here, and that passes in this history right there. And then there's something that we can do to tell if this is going to be adding pegs or removing pegs, I think, but maybe not, because we may just have to be explicit about it. And is there anything wrong with that? So yes, there is, because we do not know if the last thing that we did was a delete, but we could just simply save that as a Boolean. Like, that's the dumbest thing. That's the dumbest way to accomplish it, but I think I'm going to do it, actually. So I'm just going to go for it, right? We got, this is as good a place as any. Last action was delete is false. I keep forgetting that I don't have Copilot right now. It's really bothering me. But this is good. This is actually good. This is good for you. You should work without Copilot so that you don't become dumb. All right, so somewhere we have a handle remove. And this is where we need to break this up into two little areas here. So if event dot, I don't have the thing, control key, else, and so this part will go into the first part of the if statement, this part will go into the second, and I'm going to add a semicolon because I'm OCD about it. A lot of people don't like semicolons, but I like semicolons. Okay, so in this one we'll do last action was delete equals true. No, it can't be that. We'll say if it is preview that it's true, or we can just simply assign it to is preview or not is preview. Let me think about that for a second. So we're in the point where we are holding the control key. If we're deleting, then it's going to be a preview. All right, just trust me. Now, on the other hand, if we're not holding the control key, then it'll be the opposite. Last action was delete equals. Thinking about this for a second. So we're not holding the control key at this point. And we only want it to be last action was delete if the current action, like, we only want to change it if it is not is preview. So like in this instance, it's going to be if not is preview, then we're going to change Last action was delete 2. False. I'm trying to think if we want to do that similarly here. Like, if it is preview. But I think this is fine, actually. So if we're holding the control key, most of the time, it will be the preview. And then if we happen to be holding the control key and click, we will be setting it to not is preview, which will... Man, I'm going to think about that. So if I click while I'm holding control and I'm deleting, I add some pegs in there and I go the other way, and then I click undo, it should do the delete. But I think... Nah. This last action is delete thing just seems kind of bogus. It just seems kind of bogus, you know what I mean? There's got to be a better way, you know what I mean? Because I would feel, in that scenario that I just described, I would want it to, like, go over exactly the actions that I took. It would delete, or I would delete, add one, and then delete more, and then when I go backwards, Control Z, it would add, then delete, then add again, making it just like it was previously, prior to all the changes. So this, I don't like this method. I don't like this method. I think this is bad for that reason. We're going to go back and we're going to go back to the drawing board. Alright, so let's get out of this before it ruins my life. Okay, now, currently, we are only adding to the state history. We're only adding to the state history if we're clicking, every time we click. I sound like a broken record. I've been here 1,000 times. And then, also, yeah, so we're only adding when we're clicking. We need to be adding when we start deleting. When we start deleting, it's almost like we should do whatever we're doing when we click, just in the moment that we start deleting. So I think that if we can successfully get an event to fire, we can break, this is how we can break it up. If we can successfully get an event to fire at the moment that the delete start delete, then we can continue forward in a meaningful way, I think. Okay? Just in theory, that makes sense to me. All right, so let's try to put it to practice here. All right. If you haven't already, make sure you like the stream. We're going a little long today, and don't forget to subscribe. Excuse me for 1 second. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Injured my finger the other day, and it just opened up again. But I think that will maintain it right there. I just have to keep it like this. I can code like this, right? We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Okay, so let's Load state, save state, blah, 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 state. Load state is another one that adds the pegs, but it does so by doing it in kind of a stupid way. It just draws them all. That's one thing we could do. I mean, we could just delete and redraw every time, but I don't want to do that. Well, the solution is simple. We don't need to complicate it, but we might need to. We might need to complicate it, if you know what I mean. So all this is on main, but the undo is here. The only thing that does is it pushes the pegs and it filters out the removed ones, because sometimes they're removed, they're marked as removed, but they're not removed yet in the render loop. That happens separately. They're not removed from the scene. So the next part is build from state history. That's the part that's going to change the pegs list. And I think that this is fine to undo. Like when we undo, I think we do want to push the current state. And that's completely fine. We don't need to change that when we're deleting. So that doesn't change. It's mostly this right here. Build state from history that needs to be changed. We need to do two things to it. We need to figure out why. Actually, no, I took this in a different direction. Sorry, guys. We need to fire an event when the delete starts. Okay, so yeah, the simplest way to do that again. Let's see. Again, will be deleting. Deleting equals false. Alright, and we'll leave that there. Try to not let my finger bleed. It's challenging. It's challenging. Alright, so again, for like the 1,000th time, I'm like a broken record here. We'll go here, we'll split this if statement up again. And we'll put event. Oh man, I keep waiting for Copilot, which would be okay. Which would be super nice right now that I'm injured. Hold on. Don't save that. Whatever that was, don't save it. I think that was what I did too. Yeah. Okay. Oh no, cool, we got deleting there. Alright, so go down to handle main. We just lost this part. There we go. Get rid of that. And then event.ctrl key. Then first thing I'll do is I'll put the main course in there. And I'll remove. And then else this part. Handle it, which is an unfortunate and tragic name. But oh well. There's handle it. Let's see. Let's see. Handle it. Not bleeding too bad. Looking good. I think we're good on the medical situation. But alright, how's this coding situation going? So we want this to be if not deleting, then we're just going to simply fire this alert. Started delete. And then we'll set deleting equals true. And then right here, we'll set deleting to false and missing semicolons. Don't forget about those missing semicolons. Okay? Ow, dude. Alright, gotta take it easy. So does this work? Start a delete, start a delete, start a delete, start a delete. No, it doesn't seem to work. So if the event control key, here, hold on. How does it get set to false in this situation? If I'm holding control, you know what I mean? How does it get to not deleting every single time? Does it not update in the scope? We can possibly use the state to manage that. Let's see if we can just do that. So deleting is equal to false. Okay. And just everywhere that we have state, we'll use. Actually, you know what? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a setter function right here, which is ridiculous and redundant, but hey, we have to do it. We'll say, set deleting, and we'll say state dot deleting equals deleting. Okay. Right. Actually, no, we have to do this. We have to go state equals ... state, and then we'll have to do deleting equals deleting, just like that. And that should be a good setter function. So let's see, deleting, and we'll get rid of that boolean right there because we don't need it anymore. Standing up is taking a toll on me, I'll be honest. So anyway, deleting, and then the finger thing doesn't make it easier, but it's all for the posture. All right, deleting, and we're gonna change that to set deleting instead, our function. So set deleting to true. And then here, set deleting to false. And then also, this one has to be state dot deleting. All right, does that work better? Interesting. Let's put something in the else to see if we're getting the else. And then I'll just have to hold control like very quickly. What is that? What happened? I didn't even see what happened. I'll have to hold control very quickly whenever I start the page. All right, let's try that. I just don't see how it's getting into that else unless there's maybe an event. Okay, yeah, I didn't. I got distracted. So I'm holding control. And see, I'm getting else's right now, even though I'm holding control. What is all these else's? That's weird. It's weird, isn't it? Else. Let's console log the event for else instead of that. So what we'll do is we'll get rid of these alerts, and actually we'll even go inside of here, and we will say, I think this is a problem we've been having, and it's been silent. We haven't been seeing it. So console log control, whatever, that's good enough. I'll know what that means. And then over here we'll console log not control, and then here what we want to do is we'll console log the event only, and then we'll take that up here as well. Not worried about semicolons because we're just doing this for debugging. And yeah, let's try that instead of these annoying alerts. F5. Okay, so what? Deleting, Control Zing, and let's just see what's in the old console there. F12. Console. Got a bunch of user events. So mouse events is mostly. So we got not control for mouse events. Okay, and then what else do we have? Control also for mouse events. How's that possible? Here, let me just do one or the other. I'll remove this one. So this is if event.control key and then the else. And this is the if part of it. So let's see. This is pretty weird. There shouldn't be. I thought that all of these events had control key. So what we're looking for is the control key event. Yeah. So let's see if we get any of those. F12. Yeah, so mouse event pretty much every time. And what are we still console logging that control? I must not have removed enough of the console. Yeah, okay, so they're both mouse events. So I'm just trying to figure out what the difference between the two actually is. Maybe I'm just binding too many events or something. I don't know. But yeah, let's see if we can figure it out. So this should be like holding control and then scrolling and then, yeah. Or not scrolling, but hovering. Control. They're all control. That's good. They're all mouse events. And they all have control key. I don't know if they have control key set to true. Yeah, they do. I'll have it set to true. Okay, so let's do the other one. What are user events? I don't know. I know that there are. Let's see. Did you see that in the console? Let's see. I'm not sure what a user event is, to be honest. Let's see, is that something that was listed here? Maybe that's the key. No, I don't see it. Yeah, what is that? I don't know what that is, to be honest. All right, so let's see. What's going on here? The event control key just doesn't seem to be cutting it, which sucks because that's kind of the idea behind what we're doing. I do have another idea though. Yeah. I do have another idea. We could use something a little bit more explicit than the control key. Alright. But just thinking for a second if I really want to go that route. I think so. I think it's what I'm talking about, just so I can stop being so mysterious, is having an eraser tool, and a draw tool. So there's going to be two modes, basically. There's going to be draw, and there's going to be erase. And I didn't want to do that initially because I really like the feel of holding control. But right now, I mean, it's not worth it for me to delay this any further. And I do think this would be a lot cleaner. And to top it all off, my standard has always been MS Paint, and you have to click the eraser tool in MS Paint, right? So yeah, let's see. We'll just have to figure out what this is gonna be. So I think that's part of the problem, but no, it doesn't make sense though, because it doesn't make any. Sorry. Control Z has to remain. That's not what we're changing right now. We are not changing anything here right now. Handle main, blah blah blah. Yeah, all of that's gonna change, or all that's gonna stay the same. The function itself is what's going to start to change. So let's go to that. So here we have handle remove and handle it. And I think that's completely fine. We can just totally revert that. Let's get rid of that. The only thing that I want to change is the GUI. Some of the options that are selected. And the way that we have this is our shape class is what we're controlling with that. So I'm wondering if maybe we just want to have some things outside of that. I think so. There's a couple of ones that I'm thinking of right now, those attributes that we want to have outside of that. All right, so, but for right now, that is called something in the shape. It's called the shape. Yeah, the shape in the state. So we need a new attribute in the state called deleting. We'll set it to false by default. That's all we'll do for now. Okay. Let's go down to the GUI real quick, and we'll add something here. We just need a comma here after shape for a variable called deleting. Okay, and then we should be able to bind it to the GUI like this. Let's see. We'll just copy this since yeah, I didn't pay my Copilot bill. So deleting is the name of the option. So I mean, just really quickly, just a little quick sanity check. Did I not save? I thought it would just be there. What happened? Anything in the console? Object value is false or undefined. That's weird. So I guess this is the only thing that's outside of the shape. I'm not sure why it would be undefined though. Let me see. Oops, I just made a little typo, boo-boo. Yeah, I'm not sure why that would be undefined. But alright, whatever. Find a different way to do that, I guess. We'll have to add it to the shape then, right? I'm not above that. I'm not above that. In fact, I'm well beneath that. We'll just add it as optionals at the end. And then rainbow colors. Let's see, rainbow colors. We'll call it equals false. I was gonna do a different thing with the colors, but rainbow. I do want to re-add rainbow colors because it's pretty sweet. But I was going to make it to where the you could change the rainbow colors. That'd be really sweet. But yeah, no, we're not gonna do that right now. What's the dealio here? Got the constructor. And I think we just need one of these, right? Yeah. All right, cool. So let's add in our new variables, bind them to the class without Copilot. Okay. It's gonna take me forever to do anything today. Alright, so now we can... Oh, I see now. Okay. I see why it wasn't working before. I see why it wasn't working before. But that's fine. We can still just do it this way. We don't need any of these arguments or anything like that. We don't need step. And I think I want to put it on the bottom. And this is more or less a proof of concept in the deleting thing. Okay, there it is. Cool. But now in our handle main function, it's gonna have to be something other than what we had put there. Oh, we didn't put anything. Great. So it's gonna be state dot shape dot deleting. All right. And this is kind of the first step in what we're going to be doing here. But let's see if this works. Deleting to true. And there it is. It's deleting now. Let's test it with a bigger shape. Can't add it because I'm deleting. I'd say that's accurate. Now I'm deleting again. I like that actually. Still can't control Z, but control Z will be a lot easier now that I don't have to worry about using my control key in this event right here. So I think that we can be pretty happy about that. And for me personally, I can go to bed, sleep tonight, knowing that there's a path forward. Now, I don't know about you, but my back's getting a little tired, so I'll probably keep going, but I'll disable my camera for a moment while I get my chair so I can sit down, because this is not standing in the best position here. Hunched over, kind of. Alright, but let's see. Alright, now we have the deleting, and this is very bittersweet for me, again, because I really like the control delete, but here we go. A small commit for us, and this is the deleting attribute. Butte, as in ain't she a beaut? All right, guys, I will just quickly shut my camera off, and I'll be right back, and we'll be able to continue in just a second. All right, don't go anywhere. All right, we are back, and we're gonna continue. Excuse me. All right, so we did a couple things. We added a deleting mode, so we're less keyboard oriented now. And we made the board just a little bit smaller. It's not even that bad, really. It still feels pretty big, while at the same time saving us a lot of resources, you know. And on top of that, I looked at some, by the way, Mr. Cool Guy, thank you for joining. I looked at some lite brite boards, and there's no huge like lite brite boards, so this is cool for me, and it helps me get it out a little bit quicker. All right, so now the next step, what we did here is we made it to where the deleting, you have to click that little check box or whatever. All right, and then we did that for a good reason. Sorry, I'm just looking for a cord so I can plug this keyboard in. It's about to die. We'll figure it out once it dies. But yeah, so when we did that so that the we didn't have to deal with the control key interfering, because I think that was gonna say you know, it was causing us an issue. Okay, so for now, what we need to do is we need to revise our redo function, or undo function rather. Let's try that. So, by the way, I'm on a new keyboard. It's that tiny little keyboard. I keep losing keyboards. I don't know. I'm scatterbrained, man. But yeah, it's a lot different. There we go. You look cool. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I'm sure you look cool too. With a name like Mr. Cool Guy, I'm sure you look very cool, my brother. Thank you, though. Alright, so we got build state from history. This is again where we need to either build or not. So when we come in here and when we are deleting these pegs, we'll compare the number of pegs that are not removed. So I'm gonna start writing this down because I will forget. So compare number of non-removed pegs in, I'm in the wrong function too. Hold on, let me move up to the undo function. There we go. Compare the number of non-removed pegs to Nico. What's up? What program is this again where you write your code? This is VS Code. VS Code. It's free and open source for everybody. Compare the number of non-removed pegs in state versus the prev state. And actually, let's put that in the other function. Build state from state history, and we should be able to use this in redo as well, because it is going to be the same function. So let's see. Here it is. So this is where we actually want to be, and this says if history, which we should rename this right now. I'm going to change this to prev state. Prev state. All right. Is it ideal for coding Python? Yeah, it has a lot of Python plugins. What you do is you go to this tab right here, and then you download one of these extensions. And one of them, like if I just look for Python, then there's lots of highly rated plugins that come from the Python organization. So it's good for Python. It's just a lot of people are only used to coding Python in idle. So if you're too used to coding Python in idle and you can't run Python exe, then maybe idle is better for you. But it's a quick figure out if you can get it. And if not, let me know. I'll definitely help out. Yeah, this is JavaScript here, but he's asking if it's good. He's learning Python, so he's asking if this is good to code Python in. And yeah, man, all the Python streams I do in VS Code. So you can check that out for sure. Alright, so where we at? Build state, yeah. So here we got history.length. Yeah, I was changing that to prev state. Right. And then that's the last little reference right there. Alright, so that looks good. Are you familiar with PHP? Yeah, I use PHP every single day. I love PHP. PHP. Oh, I absolutely love PHP, unironically. PHP was my first language that I could actually code in. Yes, I know PHP. VS is also ideal for, and it's free. It's a programmer's dream. Yeah, this isn't an ad for VS Code, but it's definitely, if you don't have any money to spend on an IDE, I would go VS Code. But it's all about your preference. Some people prefer Vim, and they have legitimate reasons to do that, mostly mechanical reasons. But for a beginner, you're not really, I don't think you're sweating the mechanics and stuff like that. That's more of an advanced problem. Most skill, more problems, as they say. Alright, so continuing right along, we changed the name of this argument here, this parameter, whatever it is in this paradigm. So we will figure out here, I had a comment here, did I get rid of it? Yeah, I think I did. Let's see if I can go back, Control-Z, and get that comment. Oh, this keyboard is weird, man. It's almost like an ergonomic keyboard, but it's not. It's actually a mobile keyboard, which is kind of crazy. Alright, whatever. I'll just do that again down there. Alright, so build state from history. Bring my comment with me. That's the first thing I'm going to do. Then I'm going to do the pre-state thing. Let's see. What do you got, Emra? Can you showcase the game? Yeah, absolutely. Here. What do you want me to draw? Any drawing requests? For now, I'm going to do a bomb because it's simple. All right, but let me know what you want me to do. All right, what kind of colors do we want to go with bomb? I think we want to go with, like, I don't know, just a green bomb, whatever. Green bomb, and then it's also fun to say green bomb with the blue on the outside. A nitro bomb. We'll call it a nitro bomb. All right, let's make it bigger than that because we can. Ooh, that's a little too big. And that rendering is probably something we're going to have to focus on. Alright, so we'll take this, and then we will take the filled section off. And then we're going to cheat a little bit. We're going to make a wick like this. Okay, then we'll take, now we have to do the control for is deleting. Ooh, that was an issue right there. We'll have to fill that back in. But no worries, we'll figure it out. Actually kind of looks cool that way too. Alright, and there's the wick on the bomb. And the next thing that we want to do, let's see, what's the coolest way to do this? I think I'm just gonna make really tiny circles. Ooh, shoot, what was that? Why is it? Oh, I'm still in delete mode. Oh, that's dangerous. Okay, whatever, we'll fix it again. Okay. Oof. Alright, well, I'll fix it right now, actually. So, is the circumference good? Yeah. Alright, we'll fill that in again. And boom. That's pretty good. We'll clean it up on the sides in a second and fill in the other pegs, but yeah, whatever. Now we'll reduce this and we'll just add that in there like that. And I'll go in with an even smaller one and we'll like do that. Yeah, it's a little too frantic too. Ooh, deleting, but be careful. Oh yeah, that deleting's gotta be fixed. That's why it's cool to have the. That's why it's cool to have the other one. Is that blue or green? That's coming in blue. So let's get this color over there. Control C. I don't think I want that to be the border color. You know what I mean? But whatever. Mix in the two colors. And we'll clean it up just so we can. Ah, shoot, the deleting, man. The deleting gets me every time. Anyway, whatever. We'll figure it out. It should be click to delete. That's what it is, right there. That's the problem that I have. It should definitely be click to delete. What do you think? I kind of think so. All right, but whatever. Fill that little thing in. Add a few more of these. Deleting here. I'm not even gonna mess with it too much more. Ah, shoot! Because of that. Yeah, we're gonna have to fix that for sure. But all right, first thing we can do, or the next, we can fix it by doing this. With the fill color, you can actually use this cool color dropper here, which is just default with HTML. And we have them backwards, so let's. I don't know. Maybe it looks better backwards. I don't know. It looks kind of like 3D-ish that way. I like it. What do you think? Did it take much time to build? I think we're on 2 months now. 1.5 months. Almost. Which is not long for a game. This is not a very complicated game. I'm a beginner. I would say it took an average amount of time when you give all the factors. You know what I mean? Do we have any more art requests while I'm at it? Because I think I'm in the zone. One thing I want to do, though, is click to delete. Click to delete. How are we going to do click to delete? So, I think I have a really quick, sorry. I have a quick way to do it. Okay. So, it's not going to be click to delete. It's going to be like if we're holding the mouse, if we're clicking. But I don't know. That's going to have the same problem, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want that. It could be two things at once, right? It could be holding control and the other thing. For now. For now. But no, I'll make it clicking, actually. I think clicking would be better. Clicking. A clicky, clicky, clicky. What do you think? Yeah, it's got to click. It has to click. It has to click. Handle main is the function I'm frantically looking for while zoning out, having an ADD episode. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. If it is deleting, then we'll do handle remove every time. We can handle this here. We're passing in the event, so we don't have to change the code here. We can go over to this side of it where it's defined, and we can say return if we're not holding the right mouse button. I'll have to Google that now since I don't have my Copilot working. So excuse me while I Google that. I want to keep my cool. When you delete something on accident, maybe put Control-Z to go back. I actually already have Control-Z. What I'm trying to do right now is make it to where my Control-Z will re-add pegs. Right now it can only delete them because of some complications with the way I designed it. And so I need to find some way to identify those different pegs. That's a different issue than the one I'm currently working on. The one I'm currently working on is the fact that the deleting should have some sort of secondary trigger other than just being hovering. So you should have to click to delete. Is what I'm trying to say. So right here, yeah, okay. I was gonna Google that. 1 second. Let me know if you have any art requests. Yes, don't forget to like the stream. Let's get up to some number of likes that's decent. I don't know what, whatever. I'll accept whatever, to be honest. I'll take whatever you guys give me. I appreciate every last one of you. Especially every last one of you, equally. All right, so let's see. What was I going to Google? Okay, yeah. JavaScript. That's what they use in Star Wars. They use JavaScript. JavaScript holding, we'll say the left mouse button. Let's console log the e.type for now. And we'll do the slow approach so we don't get disappointed, because we've been burned before. I recommend ChatGPT instead of Google. I normally use ChatGPT, but I did earlier and it didn't do much help. I think I'm gonna try Google now, and I'm gonna see if we're able to do it. I actually normally use Copilot, but I forgot to pay my Copilot bill. So yeah, as soon as I'm done with this stream, I'll be paying my Copilot bill. Needless to say, because yeah, it's rough and it's embarrassing, to be honest. But whatever. I mean, like imagine if you just suddenly didn't have internet. Would you be a very good programmer? I don't think so. You would be, but it would take you a lot longer to do things. A lot longer, usually. But eventually you'd get better at it. So that's why I'm kind of powering through this right now. I'm hoping that I get better and less dependent on Copilot. I think that'd be pretty sweet. Anyway, all right, so the event. So we're going to console log the event.type in handle remove on renderer.js. So handle, good Lord, I can't type with this keyboard. Handle, there's no L. Remove, there we go, okay. So we'll do console log event very carefully. .type. All right, what you got, Nico? Opinions on insane upcoming 4.0 voice. I haven't looked at much about 4.0. What's upcoming in 4.0. I have been thoroughly dissatisfied with 4.0 as of yet, so I'm not particularly excited about anything coming from OpenAI. I'll wait and see. I have an open mind, but yeah, dude, it seems like it's been a bunch of flops lately, unfortunately. I mean, I'm not very in tune with that though, so I could have missed something. But yeah, the ChatGPT that I use just kind of sucks. I haven't paid for that recently too either, so maybe that's why it sucks. Do you have any tips for a good OPSEC so the authorities can't find me? I'll be completely upfront with you. I don't know exactly what OPSEC is. I assume SEC is security. But yeah, no. What was that, like a VPN or something? I'm sure it's something obvious, and I'm gonna look like an idiot here in a second when you tell me. But yeah, what is that, brother or sister? All right, we need to console log the event.type. We got that in place, and we don't want to make too much happen on here because we want to see not very much, but we want to see a little bit more than that. I didn't mean to do that. Stray token. Man, this keyboard's going to be the death of me. All right, where is it at? Main. I didn't even know we were on main. What did we do on main? Control Z it? Is that it? What line is it? Tell me what line it is. 167 up here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Just a stray little thing trying to mess my day up right there. It's gonna be insane when 5.0 releases. Yeah, man, I'd like to see some good things out of 5.0. I would really like to see some cool things out of that. Oh, is it really? Yeah, I'd love a chance to get to interact with stuff like that. Not because I want to have relations with it, but because, you know, it's cool. It'd be cool to have an actual system. But the stuff where they've tried to make it more human thus far just makes it stupider, which makes sense in a way. But yeah, dude, it just seems like it's getting dumber. I don't know. Do you guys use it for work? Because I use like ChatGPT and Copilot for work every day, and the way that I've used them has evolved to accommodate for how dumb it's gotten. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the one that's gotten dumb. I mean, it's kind of evident here today. Anyway. Let's continue. Alright, guys. Make sure you like the stream. And all that good stuff. Alright, so that's that. And I'm clicking. I don't see anything happening. So let's see. Let's right click. Oh, I can't right click now, so I have to do Control Shift I. There we go. Alright, so you see that? This is pretty good news, I think. But it's not the best of news because the click event is not. I think that yeah. I like the dragging, but we'll just do that. So here. All right, so let me grab that mouse event name real quick. So, and you can see that there's tons more of the other ones. You see 61 there, 10, 45, and here you only see 2, right? Yeah, 2. So this is definitely what we want on renderer. So if event.type is not equal to click. Oh my gosh, cannot type with this keyboard. Click. If event.type is not equal to click, return state. We have to return the state, remember, because we're assigning it with nothing changed. All right, let's see the effect of that. And I had to do this because it was severely unplayable before this change. All right, so we're adding something in there, and I'm hovering, but nothing is happening. That is not quite correct, so I'm going to revise it just slightly, okay? This here, I will say, I'll just revise the logic of this a little bit. If it is equal to click, that's the only time that we're going to change the state, like this. Control X. The is dirty is true. I mean, I just to here. I know how to handle this. We'll do let is oh my god, is click equals this figure. What's wrong there? Yeah, so that'll save to a Boolean. You're just gonna have to trust me on that because of the implicit typing. I can't really guarantee it, can I? You know, I assume that it'll be a freaking Boolean. You gotta love JavaScript, man. You gotta love it. Oh god. Alright, so all we have to do at this point is just simply assign, oops, not make a typo again. We simply assign the is dirty to is click. That's it. Yeah, and I want that to happen after the adding, so. Alright, now we got deleting there. Not quite doing what I wanted still. Let's see what's going on. What do you got? Nico, you could be Theodore to it, honesty. I think there's probably a typo in there somewhere. 5.0, yeah, cool guy, I think so. Do you have a good RDP recommendation? For Linux, I used, I forget, XRDP, something like that. I don't remember. Never mind on the Linux thing. I only remoted into a Raspberry Pi instance one time. So I don't have very much experience there. Otherwise, for Windows, I use the standard RDP. And there's a that I use one on my phone as well. But yeah, I don't. You're probably asking a question that's a little bit outside of my expertise again. If that is a technical question, but yeah, dude, if I'm gonna RDP, so far I've only been able to use or I've only used the Windows RDP. All right, so this isn't working. What it should be doing right now is it should be adding. Oh, I see. Yeah, no. Did I not refresh that? Here, hold on. It should be adding in the preview, but see how it's not moving? It adds it in, but I have to click to add it. So why is that? So I got remove shape at mouse position. There must be something happening there. But I mean, I don't see anything happening there. I mean, honestly, you could be Theodore, the main character to her upcoming voice, which, oh, okay, yeah. You're saying I look like Joaquin Phoenix? That's cool, I'll take it. You probably think that all white people look like Joaquin Phoenix, my brother. But, whatever. I guess I got the mustache, too. That makes sense. He has a little mustache in that movie, doesn't he? What a little cutie pie. Alright. That looks fine to me, doesn't it? Doesn't it look fine? Isn't the is dirty? Just set it to true every time, right? I bet you that's it. I bet you that is it. Haha. Don't you think that's it? Oh, I think that is it, my friend. Yeah, look at that. Sweet. Okay, alright, cool. I forgot that it had to be dirty for the preview. Sometimes you gotta have a dirty preview. Insert joke here. Alright, so now we're gonna click deleting. And look, we're not deleting until we click. Alright. That is gonna be a lot better because I'm triggering the delete. You know what I mean? There's no accident there. And if there is, once we do that Control Z, hopefully, you know, hopefully it'll deal with it. But yeah, all right, now we're clicking to delete. Ignore that because I have a way to deal with that. That's gonna be something different. I'm envious of your favorite actor. Oh, cool. That's cool. You know, it's like that Joker movie. I haven't seen much of his movies. I don't watch a lot of movies, you know? Mostly it's coding for me. Mostly. Alright, well, click to delete, I think is good. So I'll go ahead and commit that. Commit. Click to delete. To delete. Delete. This keyboard sucks, dude. Alright. Now, we're clicking to delete. We're only deleting once at a time. So now we should be able to really easily save the state. Right? And we should do something similar. Every time we click, now we can snapshot the state. You know what I mean? Alright, so let's try that. So every time we click, we can snapshot the state. Alright, so we have the function handle main. Alright, and here we're doing it if it's not is preview. But what I want to do is I want to make it to where it's actually the same figure that we used over here. And we can just put it at the top here. I'm gonna freaking copy it from the other one. What am I kidding? Where was it? There we go. Yeah. So isClick is the new guy in town. Let's move him over to main. All right. Leave him up there. And then instead of isPreview here, it will be isClick. If not, no, if it is click, then we're going to push that state history. We're going to push that state history. The undo history will be wiped out, and that's completely fine. Can't undo past the point once we add something in. We've messed up the whole chain of events. All right, so I think you can observe that too. If you go like here, 3 C's, undo. Oh, it did the whole word at once. So I'll do C V enter. Oh God, whatever. Why am I even doing this? C space D space E space. Now I'll do undo. Then I'll add in a F, and then I'll do undo, and then I can't redo past that point, and I've lost that little segment. It's broken. It's orphaned, or whatever you want to call it. So that's what I'm simulating here with this undo history, wiping it out. Yeah. So final piece to this little puzzle is to compare the two states, and I've been trying to do this a bunch of different times, but I think this is going to be the time. If we're going to do a compare, then we're going to go into build history, and I started to prompt it here, but then I realized, yeah, that's not going to work. But I do have this point right here. So, I mean, in theory, what I can do is I can take this and use it like the exact same way. Let's see. So, I'll just copy this here for the sake of whatever. Comment this one out. And the quickest thing, just change this to redo state here, and this too. And yeah, so what I want to see right here is the undo should behave like a redo, basically. Alright, so clicky, and undo. And undo. It worked. Hey, it worked. Okay, so the missing piece to this puzzle, the only missing piece, is to be able to check between the two, if it's going to be an undo or a redo, and then we're able to use this in both places, so we can reduce that code. So let's see what we can do about that. So I think at this point I will use ChatGPT. Maybe not, though. I mean, I could say it quicker, and I can code it quicker when I can say it. So, what we'll do is we'll define here the let unremoved, God help me with this, state pegs is state dot pegs dot filter, and then we can use a little m in here. I don't know why I like to use m, little arrow function in here, and these conditions which we're filtering by, which is going to be m dot user data dot what is preview. We don't care about those in comparison. In comparing them, I meant. So it's not, and then we have to use and, which is somewhere on my freaking keyboard. There it is. This is like a stenography keyboard. It's so small. M dot And that says user date. That needs to say user data. Hold on. There we go. m.userdata. Removed. I see it right there. Removed. God, this keyboard. And that should also be a not. Negation. Should be negating it. So the unremoved pegs are, it's not preview and it's not removed. And then we can copy this line 100% and just change it around a little bit so that we can compare the two. So the unremoved state pegs is there, and then this was going to be the unremoved. Why not just go redo state pegs? And we'll just bring in redo state right here. Okay, now I'm gonna think about this for a second. If the unremoved pegs in state you guys hear my neighbor? Just like right there. Crazy, right? Alright, so if unremoved state pegs is less than unremoved redo state pegs, then what we're doing is we are adding to the state, right? So we'll do this figure. And then else, for whatever reason it's equal, like I think there are reasons where it might be equal, then we'll just do that figure right there. And, I mean, let's see if it works, right? That doesn't work. That also doesn't work. Must be an error. Oh yeah. Undefined and find history.pegs.find. So history is not defined because we changed it, huh? Yeah, we changed the name of it and I forgot to change the name of it here. So that should be it. And that should be really, that should be the error. Okay. Well, the error is gone. Oh, wait, okay. Oh, hey, okay, that worked. Alright, well, ultimate test, right? Does deleting and Control-Z-ing work? No, it doesn't. Or maybe I did that too fast. I like to think I did it too fast, but I don't think so. Here. So let's see. Yeah, no, see that? That sucks. It does not re-add the pegs. But the thing about it is, it did re-add the pegs. It did, so this condition is just wrong, is the only thing, right? We can see this working. If I go back to where we were a second ago. But you can tell that this is wrong, and one thing I can tell also is it needs to be .length. This is not an integer. So we can be pretty hopeful that that was very wrong, and this might be very right. This might be all that it needs. I like to be optimistic when I'm coding, because otherwise, why code? You know what I mean? Why do it? All right, Control-Z. That looks good. Delete that there. No. No good. Just double check again just to see maybe. No. I'm going to try a long shot here. Let's compare just all the pegs that are not previews. Hey, it's worth a shot, right? So this is just comparing all the pegs that actually exist on the board. There's another way that we can do it where we can look at the parent. We're going to pursue that because man, I'm going to get this done. You know what I mean? So happy for you that it works. So many yeah, well, when you put it that way, it still doesn't work too, so. But all right, that's all good. All right, so that just doesn't delete anymore. So that's interesting. Okay, so now we got a comparison that it goes the other way, right? So I'm deleting right here. Oh, look, did it work? Hold on. So I added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I take away 1, 2, 3, and I should be able to click this 8 times. And it doesn't work at this point. It did. It looked like it worked for a second. What was that? I saw some of them being re-added. Look at that right there. See that? The condition is just wrong. What about Control Y? Look, Control Y just works. The condition is just wrong. The condition is wrong. Why is the condition wrong? If the number of unremoved state pegs is less than the unremoved redo state pegs, logically it's correct, but it's not the right window, I think. Somehow. I mean, we could just say minus equal. But it might be something else going on. Let me pull up a little bit and see. All right, so this is where we got undo, and you see we're going into the undo history. We're pushing 1 immediately before the state is dealt with, and then we got remove straight pegs. What it appears to be doing is it appears to be not working when I only remove. Like I have to undo first. All right, I think we're back now. Notice a change of scenery. I apologize. I didn't know that the stream ended. I think it's a restream that kind of messes with things. But I had to come back because I ended up getting it fixed, and the stream cut off before I was able to show what it was. But yeah, long story short, we just ended up not filtering anything when we push into undo and state history. And it works like that. So super excited to show you guys. And then one big announcement, if you stick around, I have one big announcement to share with you guys as well that also got cut off. I was super excited. I made this big speech. But anyway, let's see what this looks like for now. Oh my God. Can't type with this keyboard either. All right, so let's make a circle of some kind of significant size, and we'll make a few of them, and then we'll do this. We will use our new deleting feature, which we'll have to click to delete now, which is a lot more user-friendly, a lot less mistake-prone. And now check this out. See that? Now we're re-adding them. And then even if we go further, now we're deleting again. And Control Y, you can see it mirrors the history perfectly. So this is a huge breakthrough for this game. And as for the announcement, this will be the last modification that I'll make to the game before publishing. Um, so we will be publishing very soon. It will either be tonight or tomorrow during peak hours. And it has to be that, probably be that, because I need as many eyes and as many subscribers as I can get. Um, but yeah, this is pretty sweet. I'm super excited about it. I had to come back, and I didn't want it to be anticlimactic. Um, so yeah, I hope you guys are able to see this, and I hope you guys, gives you the closure. But yeah, we will be publishing this soon, and you guys are going to get to play it, and I'm super excited. There's just a little bit of footwork that I need to do beforehand, and I may even do some of that on stream. So, yeah, just look for some announcements very soon. This is definitely the last thing that I'm going to do in terms of modifying the game before it's ready. So we're if not tomorrow, sometime very soon. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining, and thank you for watching. And make sure you like the stream and subscribe. All right. See you later. All right. Bye.